what's going on. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I can't prove it, man, but I think I got beamed, man, with some kind of electronic weapon. Can't prove it, but, people would like to, I mean, it's just like when you see it, like, say a ghost, you seen a ghost. Everyone would like to say, before they would say, yeah, I believe you, they'd say, ah, you sure you weren't just, did you hit your head? Were you drinking? Were you smoking marijuana? Have you taken your medicine today? They'll say things of that nature. When, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I guess it's human nature. They just, they want to assume the scientific explanation, or, you know what I'm saying? The generalized way of thinking. No one likes to really think outside of the general way of thinking, or you might get labeled a certain way, or they might dismiss you off as just as crazy talk. But I just want to point out some of these, some of the some of the characteristics of this, what happened. Okay, I was sitting there, right, and it sounded like someone. I heard footsteps. You know what I'm saying? I heard someone who was walking lightly, but they made noise. You know what I'm saying? Outside of my window, which was open. You know what I'm saying? So right away, I kind of listen. I've been getting I've had people drive by me going like this. You know what I'm saying? So look, I'm already on. I'm on edge. I'm not afraid, but I'm on edge. That's nerve wracking when people make gestures as such. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if I went by someone going, yeah, I wouldn't blame you for thinking that I was making threatening, menacing gestures at you, because that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's why I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, do I joke with people sometimes? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I go, you know. But it's just being a good sport, man. Keeping people, I guess, on their toes. It's not a bad thing if you do it right. But here's a, that's just one thing, But here's another factor. This is exactly where my aunt just died a few months ago, and it looked like she had a stroke, and so it's just something to keep into consideration there. But anyway, when I heard the noise outside the window, so if it was say it was a divine experience where I don't know, you know what I'm saying, but I don't think it was. I think had more human components to it because of the noise that it made, and instantly I was like, I got suspicious, not afraid. I moved out of the way real quick because that's like, I'm in Flint, dude. There's gangsters out here. Someone comes to the window with the shotgun, bam, you're dead. Sorry, I gotta live that way. It's the way it is. In the day and time we live in with all this damn martial law shit, and about at least probably 3 out of 5 people are aware, but they're just choosing to side with the New World Order. So that's just I can't prove that, but it's like you're ignorant or you're sandbagging and you're pretending that you're ignorant, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? So it's not rocket science to figure that out. But I know I'd be talking a lot about all these weird, obscure topics, projected energy weapons, CERN, the New World Order, the police state, about Nazis, about the Jesuits, about the Zionists, you know what I'm saying, about the Masons, about the Illuminati, about La Cosa Nostra. Come on, dude. These are powerful organizations. And since I speak about them, I know not everyone in them is going to agree with the things that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So look, yeah, it's good if you have enemies out here, because you know what I'm saying? That must mean that, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You must be speaking on something that someone doesn't want to hear people talking about, which, I don't too much care. I can't stop these people from teaching their false ideologies. Well, then they can't. They're going to have to stop me from speaking against them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like loving the truth. It's if you love the truth, well, what are you doing to prove it? You know what I'm saying? What do you have knowledge? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand these topics in which you're speaking about? Is there anything to back these things up? Well, you can look into the Nikola Tesla technology. You can look into just get on DARPA's page channel and look at all their stuff. Watch the Jesse Ventura Brain Invaders episode. Watch the Jesse Ventura Infogard episode, and it shows how they got technology where they can beam voices into your head. And they supposedly they did this in the first Iraq invasion, or what was it, Iran, or Desert Storm. They beamed all these guys out in the desert with this voice to skull, and it was like, "This is Allah. Drop your weapons and go turn yourself in to the Americans." And they did it. Yeah, they presented it to the public like these guys just threw their hands up because they were soft or something. But no, from what I heard, you know what I'm saying, I can't confirm that. I'm not a military man. I'm not in the intelligence agencies. I'm just a researcher. You know what I'm saying? And when people say, "Man, this is a possibility," well, I go and just do a little investigation for myself to make sure that they're not just giving me a wolf ticket, man, or a false lead. There was that movie Mel Gibson did where it was talking about it was called The Edge of Darkness, and that's kind of like an insider film there, but it was like basically it showed these politicians and these intelligence guys, and they were like, basically, we're gonna leak all these false information to make these theories so convoluted that even if anyone gets close to the truth, it'll sound crazy anyway, so no one will believe them. And that's kind of how they hide things, So what happened is I got out the room real quick, and the first thing you do, if you have your lights on inside the house and someone's standing outside in the dark, they can see you, but you can't see them. So I stuck my arm in the room to shut off the light, and as soon as my arm came around the room, I felt an electrical field go up my arm, right? Like a heavy electrical field. Like, I'm into all this martial arts and stuff, and one of the things we're trained to do is you sense with your skin. You can sense heat, you can sense wind, you can sense cold, and you can sense electricity. If you want to know how to go and prove this for yourself, go to one of those electrical boxes that you see outside, and if you go by it and run your hand above it, you can feel the electrical field. Or like on a day where there's electrical storms, sometimes your hair will stand on end when you hit a certain spot. That's because you just entered a magnetic field. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this stuff it's not just black magic and mysticism and metaphysics. No, some of the stuff is just plain physics, science. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take in this case, I'm gonna take the physical approach. You know what I'm saying? Can't prove it now, but listen, after I got hit with this electrical field, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, I started feeling the inside of my body feeling like it was being cooked from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've never had this ever happened to me ever before. I've never felt nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one time when I ate something called, what is that stuff called, man? Niacin. If you eat a bunch of niacin, sometimes it feels like your skin is kind of on fire. You know what I'm saying? But this is different. This was like internals. You know what I'm saying? And it was moving. It didn't stay in my chest, though that's the first place it moved to. You know what I'm saying? It moved into here. But then it was shooting through my stomach, down into my feet. It was in my brain. It was like, and then it took away all my energy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that was a supernatural visit, because I felt like it was that movie, like the movie Frighteners. You know what I'm saying, with Michael J. Fox, where this angel of death basically was running around just taking people out. That's what felt like. I was under attack. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't just anxiety. I wasn't feeling no fear. I don't just freak out like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if there's danger, Yeah, you dude, I don't get freaked out, but I take measures. You know what I'm saying, for preservation purposes. You know what I'm saying, to make a defensive stand first, and decide whether I have to either fight or flight. But here's another thing. That night, as well, I got attacked by the night hag in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? Again, you know what I'm saying? So, are these things connected? I do not know. I can't prove nothing. I don't know how to prove it. I don't know how to disprove it. I mean, here's the thing. I can't disprove what I witnessed. You know what I'm saying? And I don't give false testimonies. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you call a false witness, and that's a very highly discouraged thing that you would want to be. You can be a witness who is unaware of what really happened. You're just giving your, like, your recollection. So I mean, I give people that, and also, there is a remote possibility maybe the light socket generated a field. Here's the thing. I've been electrocuted before, not like electrocuted intensely, but I've been shocked to the point where it's like, you know what I'm saying. So I know what electrical things feel like. But this one was like this. It was a field. It was big. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a shock like you normally get, where it's just like, and then it goes away. This thing hit me, and then it kind of clung to me. You know what I'm saying? I could feel it. It was like, and then it just started moving around. You know what I'm saying? And then for a few hours, I had heat inside of my body, like intense heat. Like it felt like I was burning on the inside out. And here's another thing. It was on Hitler's birthday. So I'm just compiling the things here, because I know people are automatically going to take the dismissive route, because in some of these people might even say they believe in the supernatural, or they believe these are the end times, and they believe in the persecution, but yet, sometimes they just have a hard time. You know what I'm saying? They want to. I understand you're being very scientific, you're being very academic about it, which I can respect. We should look at these things sometimes with the scientific, academic type of look. You know what I'm saying? But we can't do that just that, because like I said, how are you going to understand the things that are non-physical if you only use physical standards in which to explain them or prove them? You know what I'm saying? Can't you say, hey, here, you can't prove that I'm feeling cold right now. You know what I'm saying? I could just be making that up. But, I already told you it's snowing outside. You know what I'm saying? So why is this guy covered up? Is he trying to make himself look a certain way? No, my head is bald. You lose heat through your head. And it's cold. So I'm just covering up. But, yeah, that was another thing too, man. It was weird. My skin wasn't hot, but the inside of my body felt like it was on fire, like it was being cooked. And it was almost like someone had a ray and they were painting me like this. You know what I'm saying? Like your remote control to your TV, you try to aim for that spot where it registers, the little laser port. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way I can describe it. I don't know if maybe it was a demon. Maybe it was something else. I'm not gonna say it was for sure, but listen, I thought I was gonna die. That's how seriously and drastically it affected me physiologically. And and I can't help but I studied these certain things where it says that these things are indeed possible. You look into the Hutchinson effect, look into Z pinch theory, look into the Dr. Judy Woods, what happened to the 9/11 towers. I mean, it's the Philadelphia experiment. The Tesla technology. So these things, that's you can't even argue against these things because they're already proven. You know what I'm saying? But I hope not. I hope it was just it was just a panic attack, man. It was just fear that came out of nowhere and just physically was catching me on fire from the inside out, it felt like. But It's funny, man. It's just a strange coincidence.